Nice jump, Alistair.
That sounds like a raider to me.
Замри, блядь! Да хули, блядь! Что за хрень?
Killed by Gluhar.
Стоять, блядь! Пушка чужая, ложись! Стоять!
Son of a bitch, my gun jammed!
Мин!
Oh, are you kidding me? How does the gun jam? Come on, dude. Oh. I didn't think that the Raiders' guns were poor quality. I thought they were good. Gah. Yes, that was Gluhar. It was indeed Gluhar. Not too shabby. Got a T5000. A tank battery. Surely no one's buying this shit at this point.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Thank you. It's sold. Who's buying stuff at this point? Hepepic, you are a subscriber. Oh. Apparently, I needed to sub to join a Dota 2 Discord of yours. That is my Discord, yes. I'm going to check out Jagged Alliance 3. So, I played a ridiculous amount of Jagged Alliance 1 and 2. The Xenonauts guys actually gave me a code for Xenonauts 2. It's not GH. It's Xenonauts Nauts. I don't know why. I think because otherwise it's Xeno Nothings. I think. Anyway. So I could play it, but there was a NDA in place, so I didn't play it yet. And then I got back into Tarkov. I spoke to Lewis about Xenonauts, and he said it's basically like playing one of the older XCOM games. So I was like, do I want to do that? But equally, I looked at Jagged Alliance, and I was like, this looks like, I don't know, it looks like a modern day...
Nice jump, Alistair.
Why aren't we reading any of these out? Why are none of them getting read out? Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong with my alert box. We're going back to the Italian lad. Can I remember which Italian lad it was, is the question.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Was it Giorgio? Or was it Alessandro? Let's try it. Let's try Alessandro. Well, yeah, but they teased it, but then I think there was something to do with the dev team all left or something. So the thing is, Jagged Alliance 3 looks more like a slightly ripped off XCOM with some Jagged Alliance stuff sort of jammed in, so I don't know if it's any good. The reviews have been, if I remember rightly, they're sort of like, okay. Nice jump, Alistair! That's a gifted tier sub, so that's not reading out the TTS either.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Ah, it's not reading them out. So yeah, either way, I kind of looked at it and I was like, has it got enough stuff in it that it's gonna feel like a game that's worth playing? And has it got enough new ideas in it, that it's not just going to feel like a reskin of XCOM that isn't XCOM. So my question is, have you played it? And if so, is it fun? Is it? Because the weird thing is, I try to resist any feelings of nostalgia as much as possible, because almost certainly your memory is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Almost certainly you're remembering, oh man, I really enjoyed Jagged Alliance 2, but if I played it now, I'd think, god damn, this game is a pain in the ass. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm happy playing open XCOM. Alright. What about those of us who are not? Have you ever actually tried playing a game that I remember this being really good, and then you play it and it's not? Like, it's really not. But my question is, am I nostalgic because I actually really liked the game, or because there was just nothing else like it around? Like, I always thought the characters, like everyone's like, oh man, Steroid is back. But the characters were one of the worst parts of the game for me. Like, there was a character called Skyrider who was your helicopter pilot. Skyrider here, what's your plans for the bird? Skyrider here, what's your plans for the bird? He'd say that like... Like every 5 seconds he's saying it. Skyrider here, what's your plans for the bird? The fuck is that? But Tetris is... Alright. I don't know if you're trying to be clever or hilarious. Right, but Tetris is like a puzzle game. Like, it's a very simple game. The game's not going to seem dated because it's still... It's like saying crosswords give you nostalgia. It's like, it's different. HP Epic, are you alright? I don't know, I suppose in essence, I have to ask, what do you think the Discord is? A way to find people to play Dota? No, not really. It's like a community built around the stream. So there's going to be all kinds of in-jokes and shit in there that you don't get because you're brand new. So imagine that this was something that a lot of people have been here for a very long time. So there's a lot of in-jokes. That's just the way it's going to be. You're late to the party. Visage player, Jesus Christ. You sound way too good for the in-houses. I didn't even know this bit existed.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Still not reading. Alright, we'll lie down here and we'll fix this. Okay, problem solved. Problem solved. It's fixed.
Лапочки!
By the way, if I seem less than hospitable. It's because I'm deeply suspicious of new viewers. We get so few. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know what I mean? Long-time lurkers are fine. I mean, you guys are like the perfect viewer. Said a couple of lads lately who I'm not convinced are genuine.
Эй, земляк, мы стрелять не хотим!
So, we had a lad in here the other day, and how can I put it? He was asking such stupid questions that there's no way he was being genuine. Do you know what I mean? It was just like the dumbest shit. And he kept asking it. I kept asking stupid question, stupid question, stupid question, stupid question. I was like, this guy can't be genuine. Do you know what I mean? And but it's a weird kind of troll where they're not saying mean stuff and being dicks. They're just trolling you by seeming clueless. Does that make any sense? You're just like, you cannot be this thick. You're an adult. What's going on here? I don't buy that. I don't buy that, Ashwin. I really don't. Otherwise, I'd never time them at anybody. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. It's only a troll if it annoys you. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't want some lad turning up and wasting everybody's time by asking questions, and people are taking the time to type out these long answers, and then he follows it up with like an even dumber question. It's like, what is the deal here? Is this guy really this thick, or is he taking advantage of the goons' good spirits? Like, they're all explaining stuff to him, and I'm like, I don't know if this is I don't know if you guys need to do this. At this point, I feel like this guy is taking the piss out of you. But in such a subtle way that I think it's like, No, Ashwin, if they're spending their time, in their free time, doing whatever they want. But if they're coming here and being annoying, it's just like, I don't know, it just I feel like I have a responsibility to keep an eye on that shit. I mean, otherwise what you're saying is we should never have any rules in the chat. And just whatever goes, goes, and let the chips fall where they may. And I just think that's, I don't know, that doesn't sit right with me at all. I mean, that's like completely unmoderated chat. Alright, so what are you saying? Because it didn't annoy me. I just said to the guy, I said to chat, I don't think you should be answering all this guy's questions. And I think he's probably trolling you. Didn't ban him. Just literally said that. I don't know. That may be true, but I don't want the lads to waste their time with some idiot. I just feel bad because they're like I feel like they're being taken advantage of and stuff. You know what I mean? Because some of them are just like, you know, I just think, come on, dude, this guy's obviously winding you up. And I just hate to see it. No, because it's like I was just like, guys, don't talk to this lad. I think he's trolling you. And then they kept talking to him, and I was like, all right, please don't waste your time. And they kept going, so I was like, all right, whatever. But I just felt bad.
Капец, все служивые! Ну что, неплохой день, господа.
God. You know, exactly. If you're being funny, like that Bozo guy, Bozo fan or whatever his name was, that guy was actually quite funny. And the fact that we banned him and he immediately came back with another Bozo fan account with a different number, that was actually funny. And sometimes you get people making like a really cutting comment about my gameplay and stuff that's actually like, okay, that's funny. I have no issue. If you're funny, it overrides pretty much everything else other than like the obvious rules. Like, I don't want Bernard Manning turning up, do you know what I mean? But if you're funny, I can forgive pretty much anything. But the problem is when people just say
Nice jump, Alistair.
dog shit stuff, and you think that's not funny or anything. That's just dog shit. Like that's adding nothing. So, in answer to your complaint, Ashwin, about my moderation style, which is fair enough, I just want to make sure that as many people as possible enjoy the stream and don't piss me off, essentially. And some lad, very obviously trolling the lads by pretending to be clueless, is to me annoying, and I don't want to see it, so I would rather ban them. Not saying that new lad is doing that, but the guy the other day that was like, just the most stupidly obvious questions. Shit you could Google. I was like, well, just fucking, why are you wasting the lad's time? It annoys me when chat descends into people who are too lazy to Google. Asking questions. Just fucking Google it, you knobhead. What were you doing? This isn't Google. You've gone to the wrong website. For one thing, Google doesn't get things as wrong as frequently as the goons do. So that's point one. It's not work for me, bud. I mean, especially if I'm doing dotes or something, then it counts as work, but half the time I don't have to do anything in fucking Tarkov, like, for real. It's pretty nothing going on, you know what I mean? So apparently the goons are in Shoreline at the moment. I want to see if I can find them. I've never seen them. God forbid you have to ask for tech support. Well, Google would be fucking hilarious. I just feel, in a weird way, like I have some kind of responsibility to attempt to safeguard. I mean, look, Daniel the Wise, a prime example. The lad's Discord has been hacked a half dozen times. He's not the Wise, like most of the Wise. There's no Stessi is in chat. Apologies. Daniel is not Wise. Alright, he's one of these lads that just walks face first. Like, if you called him up and were selling magic beans, Daniel's your guy. Now, Daniel is not exceptional in terms of goondom. He is, to me, exactly what a goon is. 100%. Terrible at games. Perfectly decent person in most other ways. But a complete goon when it comes to games. And by extension, a very trusting and quite sweet person. Daniel's just an example. I could use any of you. So when I see what I consider to be a very obvious troll, and the lad's being taken in by it, I think I'm going to step in here, like a dad. No, we're not having that. Put a stop to that. No, stop. No, not having that. That's how I feel. Like, Google just needs to be a website that looks like Google, but has replaced the word Google with Goongle, and just links to a completely random article. Like, completely random. Or just makes up a fact. If you ask how old is so-and-so age, it comes back with just a random number. And it has to say, I am 100% certain they are 53. Or whatever age. I feel like I should know where I am. Oh, I'm on Shoreline! That's the issue here. I didn't remember which fucking map I was on. I was like, wow, Lighthouse has changed. Guys, we're not going to make any money from Google. Google Translate is just always wrong. You give it a phrase, and it just feeds you back gibberish. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? And it's like, how old are you? What do we got? An FN FAL, 10-shot mags. Seems good. I miss Markov bot. What happened to Ducky bot? I mean Ducky bot. I miss Markov bot. Alright, I destroyed Markov bot. That's on me. I destroyed the entire organization behind Markov bot. Alright, but I'm saying I miss having a Markov bot. Alright, like I miss Ducky bot, which we very quickly made that was better than Tarkov, than the Markov bot. I miss having it around. And also, it wasn't my fault that that Markov bot thing collapsed. They were insane. They were insane. For context, for anyone that doesn't know, we had a Markov bot running for a little while. Maybe a month? And it kept breaking. And it would break like for weeks. It would be broken for weeks. And I checked their Discord, and their Discord was like, if the bot breaks, it does that sometimes. It'll be back eventually. Please don't ask. And I was like, alright, well, I mean, this is more than just a little bit or occasionally. It's all the time, and it's been broken for a month. Or 3 weeks or whatever. So I joined their Discord, and I said, I realize that the rules say that the bot will break from time to time, and I'm fine with that. But I just wanted to check, is it normal for it to be broken for as long as it's currently broken? All caps. Why haven't you read the rules? Ah! And I was like, I did read the rules. I'm just saying, I'm not asking like a regular question. I feel like it is exceptionally broken. I'm happy to wait. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, are you guys aware that it's broken this badly? Is it something I'm doing wrong? Instantly banned. And I was like, damn, these guys are loco. So I went on Twitter and I think I said to them, you guys are nuts. I had just asked a simple question about the bot, and I just wanted to check, is it normal for it to be broken this long? And you lost your fucking minds. And the guy was like, we're shutting down the project. We're shutting it down. That's it. It's finished. I was like, oh. They literally shut it down. He couldn't handle the pressure of someone asking him a very straightforward question about his bot. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not being silly, that is literally what happened. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, I will admit if I'd done something complete dog shit. I honestly asked in that way, literally in that way. Like, I understand this is against the rules, but I just wanted to check because it really has been broken for some time. Is this normal? If it is, fair enough. All caps, ah, the rules are. And then the guy was like, I can't handle this pressure. And stop the entire project. What can you do? I mean, it was weird because it would break like all the time. I mean, all the time. And it was like not even you could even tell why it was broken. It was just like unavailable for weeks. And we were just wondering, like, should we get another one? Or oh yeah, they said we sent a troll army after them. But that was because a couple of people replied to my tweet saying, you guys are crazy, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you being like this? And they were like, why are we being assailed by trolls? That was so bizarre. Yeah, I mean, but the weird thing is, it's like, there's no pressure. Just say, yeah, it's just a hobby project, and if it goes down for ages, I just haven't got the time to fix it. And I was like, alright, fair enough. Because, you know, it's free. I'm using it for free. I'm not complaining. I just wanted to... A little heads up. How broken are we talking? I mean, yeah, you know, these were quiet lads. I don't think they had much going on. So to them, 5 people asking about their Markov bot. We've been invaded! We've been invaded! By an army of trolls! How is Shoreline dead? I guess it's too big a map to just get into an easy fight. You know, I've just had a thought. I don't know if I've even got room in my stash for all this crap. I honestly don't think people were aggressive. Let me see if I can find Twitter Pyrian Markov. At Vixen Team, if someone asks a reasonable question on your support server, maybe don't scream at them, then ban them. Your fact doesn't mention that users should expect the bot to disappear for 2 weeks at a time. I wanted to know if that was normal, expected. Cheers. You did not ask in our support server, you asked in our community server. We specifically state in our support server that if you ask for support in our community server, you will be banned. We have stated in several locations in our support server that yes, we are aware. So I'm on the wrong server to ask for that. And that's why they banned me. But they state on the other server that you should only ask for technical support on that server. So if you're on the community server, how are you meant to know? The original server of yours I was on, this is me, had no active chat channels, and it directed me to the server I got banned from. If the fact said Markov may be offline for weeks at a time, no questions asked, but it just said it goes offline and online sometimes, we don't know why. He says the fact does not state it goes offline and online sometimes, we don't know why. It states that we are aware Markov is offline. Is would refer to current events. You can also see the last time this message was edited, further alluding to the fact that we are still aware. Markov is offline being slow, and he just says, I'm aware of this, but there is nothing we can do about it. Please live with it. It will be fixed eventually. And I said, for 2 weeks? That's not offline, mate. That's broken. Just say it's broken. Add that to the fact. Yes, our bot is horribly broken, but we reserve the right to be dickheads about it. We also reserve the right to carry out the actions we state that we will take if you choose to ignore our warnings. That doesn't make us an asshole. Please don't make us out to be one just because you couldn't read our warnings. I found the many pages of facts and rules on specific channels very confusing. I couldn't find an answer to the question, is 2 weeks a normal time to be offline? That's all. You didn't even wait for clarification. This is not about rules, it's about attitude. And they said, we are aware Markov is offline. But so does every time it's offline they update that? Ha! Discussion. We've locked this channel because people keep asking why Markov is offline. So they locked the discussion channel. General channel. If you ask why Markov is offline, you will be banned. I'm sure you can understand our attitude when you are not the first, 10th or 100th person to ignore these statements. And as I said, I'd recently changed some permissions on my Discord. I wanted to ask if that might be the reason. You don't mention someone not being given time to ask a question as part of the fact. Got banned while typing that part of my question. But whatever. Just pointing out to this tweet. Just seems pretty clear to me that... Oh, and he's showing the tweet that he'd already sent. And then he says, there are a number of complete morons who are entirely ignoring read this first. And instead they are joining the above server to ask for Markov support. And I responded with, quote, there are a number of complete morons, most of them work at Team Vixen. Update that, Chief. Your bot has been broken for 2 weeks and we're the morons. Good one, buddy. Oh, dear. God, I'm not very good, am I? My memory of that is completely different, unsurprisingly. I still think the question I asked was completely reasonable. I really do. All I wanted was clarification. Is it normal for it to be broken for this long? I think that's a reasonable question. When it is broken and has been broken for fucking ages. Like, seriously, all I'm saying is, look, this shit's been broken for weeks. Is this normal? And if he'd said, yeah, sadly, I can't fix it, we're working on it. Just change your fucking message to... you join the Discord and the pinned message when you arrive in every channel is, yes, we know Markov is broken. We're working on it. Apologies. Job done. I'm sure he is at his wit's end. But when you hide all the information that people are looking for, listen, you didn't go to this Discord. The facts on this Discord were like fucking mountains of text. Literally mountains. You're just piling through all these facts, and they will all direct you to different channels. It was like an admin nightmare. Like, it's so much simpler than they're making it. So much simpler. But everything was buried in all these facts. You have to read through all of these fucking rules. It was insane. It was insane. I remember it so fondly. Oh, actually, that's a Schmidt und Bender scope. That's not a bad scope, I think. We'll keep hold of that. No, but I think the issue is that the person making the Markov bot was a programmer, and then had to do something public facing. Right? They had to do something public facing, which was having a Discord where you essentially offered tech support to people. And the issue there is that means you have to know what you're doing. And if you are a programmer and your first approach to solving a problem is to read 20 pages of facts and rules before you open your mouth, that's a programmer. I'm an idiot, and I'm your customer, all right, or your user. So I'm going to open my mouth and say, oh, I need help. And unless it's very clear, I'm not going to read 20 pages of fucking rules. I just want a very simple, like, for instance, is Steam down? There's a website. I go to it. Is Steam down? Go to is Steam down? Steam is down. Job done. Steam is down. I know. I can see it. But they just... they were like, paragraph 14, subparagraph 7 clearly states... You know, it's like, alright, dude. This isn't working for me. That was funny. Wait, what did you post in Goons? Sending his users our way. Wow. Fucking hell. Sending users your way. I believe me, brother, I would... The only thing I would do is warn people against ever using fucking Flix and bot. Sending users our way. Get 'em, boys! That's me. As I've always said, if you want something done, send in the goons. They'll get the job done. Oh no, we'll run that gun. I wonder if they're still going. They are still going. July 12th. It's finally happened. N. Markov is back and returning from his year-long slumber to terrorize your servers once again. Followed up the same day by, he's not quite ready to get back to running N. Markov OOC just yet, but we'll keep poking him until he does. Their last tweet was over a year ago. You got to be a patron to get it. See, it's like April 17th, 2022 is when they opened Markov up again. It was broken for over a fucking year. I still think my question was perfectly reasonable that I asked on their Discord. I really do. Like, I understand it's down. But the thing is, for example, my boiler's not working. And I call up the boiler company. And they say, yeah, your boiler's down. And I say, yeah, I know it's down. Do you have any idea how long it's going to be down for? It's down! Bang! And they slam the phone down on you. You wouldn't go, well, I should have checked the FAQs on their website. If the boiler is down, don't ask about the boiler being down. That's essentially what they're doing. Like, there's no update. If it just said down, ETA, we have no idea, you'd say fair enough. Exactly, Katowi, exactly. If you are bombarded by messages of people saying, "Is the bot's down, it's been down for days," and you have to keep banning people, your information isn't clear enough. It should be simpler. There must be a simpler way to do it. I don't know what you could do. I mean, first of all, if you don't want to deal with people, don't have a Discord server. Number one. Number two, just don't read it. Just don't read it. Like, just literally turn the phones off. Every company in the world understands this. That's why when you call up to complain, you have to be on hold for 2 hours. You give up. Just don't answer them. Just ignore. Because banning people isn't going to make it better. It's going to make it worse. So if you're ignoring them and saying, I don't even care what they're saying, I'm not going to read Discord, job done. You get to have a community Discord. You have a channel called Tech Support. You have a pinned message saying the bot is down. And if anyone asks, you just ignore it. You just ignore it. If it's going to tilt you that hard, don't read the tech support messages. This is why I don't read chat in general. Am I a human being? I am a human being. I mean, Ashwin will point out that I read chat and get triggered by it. But here's the difference. The chat is one of the main features of this stream. Other than the stream, one of the main things is being able to chat with the streamer and to the other people watching. That's kind of the whole point of Twitch. If it's fucking insane, people are not having fun, and then they're going to leave. And people do seem to quite enjoy me getting angry at chat. So really, the system works.
Служивый!
Ебашу до кипарика!
Хуйлово!
Fucking hell. One-man army. You lads are so sweet. It's actually kind of adorable. He's off to get his big brother. Oh, he's gone all the way downstairs. Fuck. Oh god, someone shot him. What's the reaction time on these boys? Fucking hell. I wonder if some Tarok players have those butt wipers. I'm so far off the mark when it comes to the reaction time that these lads have that it actually... I'm convinced that whilst it feels like I'm being unfairly treated, I am just so fucking slow compared to these lads that I may as well be playing a different game. I mean, I was like, I'll push this lad, and as I come round the corner, I walk into a hail of bullets. It's standard, isn't it? M62. I can't remember if that's good or not. $12. $4. Oh, he absolutely heard me running. Like, there's no doubt about that. But here's my question. He's watching, I'm running, and a pixel of my head comes around the corner and he instant domes me. And I know I wouldn't be able to do that. I would be like when I'm playing shooters, if I'm waiting for someone to come around and run around a corner, I aim to the left a bit because I know that if I have it right on the corner, I'm going to miss. They're going to be past me before I click fire. So I like lead it the corner, and I'm like, when he gets to about there, that's about when I will have seen him and I'll start shooting. These guys are like right on the pixel. Bang! I was like, Jesus, dude, calm. Jesus. What do we need? We need a headset. And we're good to go. It's easier, and I mean this, it's easier to play Tarkov than it is to play COD or some shit. Like those games where it's just hyper fast. I find this easier. Genuinely. Like, if you think about CSGO, the difference with CSGO and other shooters is, first of all, most of the fights that you're going to have in the game involve you knowing where they're coming from. There are only so many places that they can be, and you know where they have to cross, and the battle in CSGO is in the fact that there are 2 bomb sites. Like, it's genius game design. There are 2 bomb sites, and each bomb site generally has 2, maybe 3 access points. So you, as 5, get to attack a site that can have probably 3 people on it, maybe 2. And you've got utility and stuff to get onto the site, and then it's about retaking the sites. So CSGO, to an old man like me, if you play enough of it, yes, your aim and your reactions are going to let you down, for sure. But compared to Tarkov, I feel like the difference with Tarkov is you don't know where they're going to be. You have no idea where they're going to be. But in Tarkov, it's more about, if you're playing solo, being slow, taking your time, listening, and then trying to catch people unawares, and they'll have no idea where you are. In CSGO, they know where you can be. The maps are small. There's really very few places to hide. There are no bushes or equivalent like that. Like, they will find you. And even if you find one of the couple of places to hide, you're generally having to figure out where they are and run to the other side of the map rather than go to a specific hiding point. And the spots where you can be, let's take Mirage. I can be, if I'm a terrorist and I'm attacking CT, the CTs can be in that window, mid, watching that. In either of the gaps either side or underneath. That's mid. They can be in one of 4 places if they haven't charged us. If you're attacking the other site, you can have guys at toll booth, guys on the steps, guys in a little markety area, and you can have a guy maybe up close, and then maybe a guy palace. So you can memorize all these places and where these guys can be. There could be a guy there, there could be a guy there, there could be guys in any of these windows. And that's one doorway in Tarkov. So really, it's much harder in Tarkov to guess where people are going to be. Big difference is, number 1, you don't have to fight people. Number 2, it's not just Team A versus Team B. juiced. Got his mate as well, I think. Fucking hell. Look at this shit. What have we got? CP fence, I guess. So, I played Magic last year. Quite a lot. Towards the, I guess it would have been, I don't want to use the term wipe because I know that's not, it's like seasons or whatever it is. But I played it quite a bit then, and I didn't realize it was towards the end. I was just playing, and I'm getting into it, I'm enjoying it, and then they were like, you know all those ways that you found to have fun and the decks and stuff that you're happy running? Well, we got rid of them all. Lamau. And I hadn't experienced that before because I'm not a Magic player, so I was appalled, and I felt like it was such a big setback because I was still learning the game. And there were still plenty of effects that I had like no idea what they did. Or, you know, I didn't know the rules. So it would be like starting off playing Dotes, really. And then finding that, you know, you don't fucking know anything. And I was just kind of really pissed off by that. And I felt like everything that I'd been working for, if you like, was kind of undone. And yeah, it didn't feel good. So that was that. I kind of stopped playing. And then I had people saying things like, no, just play Commander. I liked it. I liked what I was doing. I liked that format. Subs is better, Danny. Subs is consistent. Ads is very small, and yeah, it's subs. Subs is the thing that pays the bills. So yeah, like I get it. As a Dota player, to talk about how patches that might change the game are unfair. I get it. I get why people might say that's a hypocritical almost to support one thing and not the other. The difference is they don't remove half the heroes from Dota and then make you learn a bunch of other new ones. And whilst that would be, as a Dota player, I would love to suddenly have new heroes to play, and that would be, you know, genuinely pretty fucking hype. I would also understand why people would say, I can't do this. This is too hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would understand why they would say this is actually not fun or whatever. So, and the other difference is I didn't have to spend money on those heroes in Dotes. Do you know what I mean? Like, that I think is a big thing for me, is like, I had to put money into this game. And I did it because I was really enjoying it. I don't regret the money I spent. I really enjoyed playing the game while I was playing it. But now, having spent that money, I find that actually you're going to have to spend a bunch more money every year. And I was just kind of like, I mean, I get it. Like, that's their business model. I get it. But it just put me off because I thought, geez, do I want to do this every 6 months or whatever? Like, suddenly have to fucking buy all these new cards and learn the game again and come up with new builds. I don't know, you know. So I was kind of on the fence about that. So that was pretty much why I stopped. Was because I just thought, geez, I don't want to have to do this every fucking however often it is. And given that I just started, it felt particularly mean because I was like, fuck me, I was just starting to get into this, and then this. So yeah, that's how it felt. I mean, you know, Magic fans, you can argue the case and you can say, oh, just play this mode, that mode. But if you were just getting into Dota, and you were learning heroes and they removed them, I think you'd understand where I'm coming from. And I also think if I told you, just play Turbo, you'd say, I don't want to play Turbo. I was enjoying playing the mode I was playing. I was enjoying playing Ranked. I want to play Ranked. You know what I mean? It feels like that. So I liked firing it up, playing my deck against the other guys, getting, you know, improve my ranking, whatever. I liked that. It was fun. And then it was all just like, nah, that's gone. So it kind of felt like, I'm sure I'll come back to it. But it felt like I needed to take a break. And probably when I get sick of Tarkov again, I might dip back into Magic. Because I would stream it during the day. Like, it was quite good. And see physical cards and try out locals, never going to happen. I'm never going to play this game with people unless it's like when I go down to the Yogs and stuff. I did some Commander with Ben and Tom and Lewis, and that was fun. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to go to a local group and play with people I don't know. Why would I ever do that? The only reason I would ever go and play a game in a place with people I don't know would be for money. Would be if it was poker. That's the only time you'd ever catch me doing it. I would never just go to a place to play games with people. I can't imagine anything worse, in all honesty. So, I don't want to play a version of Magic that is essentially busted, any more than I would like to play on an old Dota patch. I don't want to do that. I like being able to watch videos, read guides, and think, yes, I can do this, because that is relevant to me in this game now. Do you know what I mean? Let's try customs. Bit of sniping on customs. Like, when I look at Magic the Gathering videos, and I do watch Magic the Gathering, like content creators and stuff like that. I really enjoy when they talk about, this is the current build that you should try. This is a green, mono green deck that's really fun and blah, blah, blah. And I'll go in and I'll see if I can make it, and I'm like 10 cards short. And I look at the cost of getting those cards, and it puts me off. So with the previous wipe, I mean, I know that they just brought out the Lord of the Rings stuff, and that looks kind of fun and all the rest of it. But I'm thinking, how long until they do this again? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long until they do this again? Because if I get back into it, and then in 2 months' time they go, and wipe everything, I'll be done for another couple of years. I had a really fun black deck, mono black deck. Really loved playing that. Had that Spider Woman, I think, who like you get it to a certain level, and then I think you can summon a bunch of fucking somethings. I can't remember. Yeah, and I had that hook, the big hook. So Lolth, Spider Queen. For 0, you draw a card and lose a life. For -3 health, you can create 2 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach, which is super handy. And then for -8, you get an emblem with whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by one or more creatures you control, if that player lost less than 8 life, they lose life equal to the difference. So I got her because you can just, it's like card draw, which is good. And there was another card I had. The big hook thing was fun. And I had something like when an enemy unit dies, you get a thing or something. I can't remember. It was fun. Like it's been a year, but it was a fun deck. And sometimes, you know, I had trouble. I had a thing with dragons as well, with treasure, and you made the treasure do stuff. And I had a deck with like a lot of lads who had returned from the grave and shit. So you could run them out of the grave or something like that. I can't remember, but it was good. And I liked those decks. And I had like 4 or 5 decks that I'd built up, and I had the cards I needed, and I'd crafted them, or I'd bought them, or I'd opened packs and got them, and I was like, awesome. And then it just kind of all went away, and it was so demoralizing. I was just like, well, fuck. What the fuck? There's a fucking estate agents in Manchester called Flax & Co. It's literally called Flax & Co. And my mate sent me this picture. Look at this. Graffiti on the front of the building says, "You're a good egg." They've painted that on the bloody signage. Saw a lad up there. Gosh, is that at me? It really does sound like it's at me, but... Hyperion, why are you doing this? Can you be more specific? This is Backseat Bridge, yes. Orofa, can you be more specific, or are you not gonna offer? I'm very bad at shooting, apparently. There's a command for it. Or it's a clip at least. That was a scav. I know you can get on top of here, but I can't remember how I did it. There we go. Well, it doesn't drop much at all, does it? Thought I saw movement here. You know, I reckon you can make a sniping game where you have to spend an hour crawling to the correct point and then an hour watching and waiting, biding your time, waiting for the right target, waiting for the right moment. Looks like a lot over there. It's just a tree. You say small target audience, but any game that has sniping in, you will have people willing to be patient enough to do what I'm doing. I never know what gun that is. Cha 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 cha. I can never tell. So Sniper Elite is a sniping game, but it also, you can have multiplayer drop-ins, right? Where people can drop in and try to kill you. I think a lot of these games have a decent idea, but the problem is it's just like the game isn't... It's not great. You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay. Let's try and get out of here now. We've achieved little. My friends, we have achieved very little. One of these days, I'll be sniping and I'll actually have some enemies to shoot. That would be pretty poggers.
Земляк, мы стрелять не хотели, так не надо!
Bless you, boys. Bless you. Christ alive. Bob can never say anything nice. Bob, I don't think you understand. I killed a level 3 and a level 2 player. You should be excited for me. You should be like, well, Empyrean. Those lads were a hard kill. My wife and I got lucky, and there is a gentleman from the UK who opened a butcher's here. He's been trying to perfect his balk pudding, and I think he's finally done it. Well, congratulations. Bob, I killed 2 players. 2. Look at them. Boltsy and Switch HD. They had no idea what was happening. It was pretty good. They got the Glock to the face treatment. Gurg. My favourite part was I killed one, and then his mate peeked the exact same angle. It was perfect, really. One of them could hear me walking around. He came out with this little SKS or whatever, gave him the full face full of Glock, dead. Hid in the bus stop. His mate comes walking out, crashing around. Bang! Dead. Or more precisely, grrr, dead. It was how you say buggers. It was very buggers. Fuck off, car kit. I don't roll with the car kit. Well, SP7. I can't remember what the fuck you're for. I did also kill those two lads from the previous stream. They were like 39 and 49 or something like that. Blasted one of them in the face with a scav shotgun, and then killed his mate with his gun. I mean, I was most excited. I think what excited me most about the Ridley Scott trailer was how angry all the history nerds got about it. That I liked. I think it's interesting when people make an adaptation of something, whether it's something that happened in the real world, whether it's, you know, an adaptation of a fictional whatever. Out come the sweats. You know what I mean? They come pouring out. The muskets they're using are the wrong kind. Why is Josephine such a whore? Napoleon didn't look like that. I don't care. Here's what I saw. Cavalry. Artillery. Men in square. I saw battles. Get up there, you knobhead! The fuck? Yeah, I mean, it's like... I mean, here's the thing, I guess. If you're an actual historian, this is your job. You didn't go to the movie to be shown a shot-by-shot recreation of Napoleon. You could read that in a book. You already know that. It's a movie. It's a movie. If he had laser guns, I'd understand you saying, like, I don't think that Napoleon had access to phase modulated assault rifles in the 40-watt range. I think Dan Snow was whinging about it, that giant baby. Dan Snow breaks down historical inaccuracies in Ridley Scott's Napoleon trailer. Dan Snow's a melt. He said, and this is true, he said Napoleon didn't conquer the world. He conquered about 2% of its land surface. It's alright, mate. So you're telling me that in the early 19th century, if Napoleon had conquered the world, he would have said, well, haven't really conquered much, have I? If you controlled Europe and North Africa, if he'd controlled all that, they would be the single most powerful force in history. In history! It's like impossible to imagine how powerful that they would have been. You think colonization, which was a battle between all these different powers, they would have had it all. They would have had it all. Like, I mean conquered as in everyone surrendered, no more fighting. Napoleon runs England, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, all of it. All of it. Conquered Russia, all of it. Just imagine how powerful they would be. What is South America going to do? Fucking nothing. The Yanks would have lost. Just crazy. They knew all the world at that point. That is rubbish. Do you know when Napoleon was? It's not like he was around. It's not like Alexander the Great or some shit, where they had never heard of the Americas, you know. I really thought lads were coming.
There's some loot up here, by the way. There's like a lot of dead PMCs up there. Go ahead and take those guys.
What? Are you sure, dude?
Take it. I killed this guy. You can have all those other guys up. Hey, you got painkiller, guys?
No.
Sorry. It's fine.
He lied. What was a yank doing playing on my server? That's what I want to know. You good, bruh?
Yes, bro.
Вот он!
Нашего завалили!
Bro, you haven't got any morphine, have you? On my quest?
I do not. I'm sorry, bud.
Ух, ёб, граната! Нет никого.
Bro?
Yeah, I got him.
You got him? What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. Stim abuser. Thanks for the loot. Damn. Look at this thing. How do you tell the difference between a scav and a player? Why did we all not kill each other this time? So yeah, there's you know the guys I was looking at when I was a scav, and they all had like white jackets on and shit hats and obviously garbage guns, and they walk like, and then sometimes they'll run and then they'll screech to a stop and then they'll check their ammo and they'll say blah 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 blah. Those guys are scavs. And if you look at the difference between my character with he's got the holster on, he's got different clothes. He's got gloves, and he's got like this camo shit and everything. And then you look at my scav, who has no holster, different outfit, has the stupid beanie, has a shit gun, has this weird rig, which actually I think that's just that, whatever that, I know what rig that is anyway. And just kind of, just looks like a scav. Like, it's hard to say, but when you've run enough scav runs and you know what scavs look like, you'll know what scavs look like. Like, people try to disguise themselves as scavs, but at a glance, yeah, for sure, you can fall for it. But generally speaking, I think if you give them a good hard look, it's like, that guy doesn't look right, you know, and then you shoot him. Okay, now we've acquired some guns today. Let's try. We'll take one of them in, I guess. Why not, eh? Ah, shit. Let's take this P90 in. Why not? Yeah, exactly, Kikori. If they're just walking about, you know, if they're just strolling around in the open, a big stick is a big pistol mag. Yeah, the scavs do move differently. You can kind of copy it, but I mean, ask Cine when he was pretending to be Santa Claus. So for those of you who don't know, around Christmas, I think for most of December, or a chunk of December, Santa Claus can spawn in the game. And he has a big pilgrim backpack, and he has a Santa hat on, and a Santa-y kind of outfit. And if you go up to him, he'll drop you a present. It's a random, completely random. Sometimes it might be dog shit, sometimes it might be really good. And if you shoot him, all the scavs will aggro on you like instantly, and you know, it's not good. If you shoot him as a scav, it's like super bad rep and all the rest of it. So Santa. See, even I was fooled. Cine pretended to be Santa, and he had the walking around as Santa and the turns that Santa does, which are very specific, the way a scav turns. He did all that perfectly. We baited a lad over. There's a clip of it. We baited a lad over. He 100% thought it was Santa. And Cine looked into his backpack, and you sort of clutch your side like you're looking in your inventory, and the guy's looking down, waiting for a present to fall out, and I shot him in the head. It was beautiful. I mean, when I play Tarkov with Bob, I'll say, here's what happens. Here's 99% of the raids I've done with Bob. We get in. Bob's like, killed a guy. Woohoo! He's not going to be happy about that one. And then he's like, I hear someone upstairs. I'm pushing him. And he's like, I'm fucking dead. And I'm like, shit. You were the only person in this duo capable of killing someone like that. And if they killed you, I am not capable of killing this person. Or the other 10%, Bob turns up with a fucking amazing rig, huge helmet, sofa backpack, awesome gun, and I'm there with a SKS. That's the other 10%. I do remember we had a really fun fight with what's his fucking name? Killer. Me and Bob were like crawling in towards him. And like chucking nades at him. I remember that very well. It speaks something. I don't know what it's... Starfox is like, I'm coming up to the roof. I'm like, okay. And there's a lad we're hunting. And Starfox just pops his fucking head out. I feel like the lad's just... They don't understand how confusing it is when you're in a group of 5 people. And someone's like, I'm coming up. Who? How am I meant to know who is coming up?
Nice jump, Alistair.
Блядь, тут нашего завалили!
heard footsteps in here somewhere. Guessing that's underground? Rogues. Holy shit.
Блядь! Ебашь его!
Фары врубай, Вася!
I think the switch has been flipped. Then again, maybe not. Wow, what an aid! I should have maybe run down. I was gonna chuck a nade down there myself. Got greedy. I honestly just thought it was one more guy. You should always expect one more guy. Fuck. No, he wasn't up the stairs. He wasn't up the stairs. He was, I don't know if you saw,
Nice jump,
but
Alistair.
I think they'd come from the offices area, because the other guy was looking. I think they were. First of all, I think they were together, and second of all, I think that he just threw the grenade from the little cubby area. I think he just hoyed it from there. We could have just left. I mean, we just got greedy. I just thought, ooh, I wonder what he's got. But I already had enough. I mean, I should have just left. It's just that rat life, you know? You just always think. You always think, ooh, more loot. I should have just left. Have any of you ever scabbed into a raid that you were just in? Like, is that even possible? You actually looted your own body? For real? Oh man, he had an MP7. I would have loved an MP7. Are you fucking kidding me? Who expected that? Hit him 3 times for 26 damage? What bullets was in this? When that scav came around the corner and I heard shots, I thought the scav was shooting at me. When I saw him drop dead and I was like, oh, I've got bigger problems. I had nades as well. Could have vogged him. Damn, we died with all that good stuff. I just remembered. This is some kind of funky ADAR. This is awful. What do we got? What do we got that we can take in? I like 0 to hero runs myself. It's kind of my thing. So let's take... We'll do mini zero to mini hero. We'll just take an ump with whatever magazines. I don't know even what's in it. Seems good. We'll take gas welder goggles, of course. A rag man. I need a penis helmet and yeah, we'll have one of these. That'll do nicely. Oh, incompatible. Well, that can fuck off then. Yeah, this'll do. It's fucking. Ding, 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 ding. I don't think I've ever found my body in raid. I guess, I mean, if you instantly queue scav, there's a chance, right? I mean, I guess how would you know other than you came across, you were like, no. Why would you feel guilty about that? That makes no sense. Honestly, I get way more interaction from things. I do this as like an experiment. I'm like, does this get more likes on Twitter or on Instagram? And it's almost always Instagram. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You need to kill this scav just to get his fucking gun.
Сука, ёбнули нашего!
Сука ты, блядь, не упырь, блядь, гнида, блядь!
Сука, ёбнули нашего! Тут наших бьют!
Well, if we make it out of here, fucking hell. Oh shit. Ah. Four mags doesn't really seem enough, does it? Eventually we just sort of run out. Oh wait, shit, we didn't get meds. We just better pray. Just hope things work out, eh? This is incredible. Here's a piece of legal advice required. Okay? This person sees something resting against their window. It's a frosted window, so they can't really see out. They think, what's that? They open the window to have a look. It's a ladder that their neighbor has stored resting against their window. The ladder falls, smashes the person's door, like the ladder owner's door, and now they're now saying, you have to pay for that damage. How? I'm not sure I need lawyers' advice on that. You stored the ladder in the most ridiculous way possible, resting against a fucking window. You didn't expect that to happen? That was not in your... You were like, well, I don't know. I rested it against a window. Fucking ridiculous. First reply. I'm not a lawyer, but you don't need to be a lawyer to figure that one out. I wonder what that looked like on his screen. On my screen, it looked like he was facing to the left. Like he was looking like this. Yeah, the legal help subreddit is fucking stuffed with not a lawyer but. Like that's like the top comment. Not a lawyer, however. It's like, all right, well, it's funny how, like this to me is the pinnacle of Reddit. Really, is if you want to know what Reddit is like, go to the legal advice subreddit, and you will find the top comment almost exclusively hijacked by someone who is not a lawyer, followed by people who are also not lawyers correcting them or suggesting things, and then maybe a lawyer will chime in and say, no. Oh. So, my tweet of that picture of the Flax & Co. company, bear in mind I have 81,000 Twitter followers, 200 likes, 297, so 300 likes. Instagram, I have 15,000 followers, 250 likes. So the engagement ratio between Instagram and Twitter is about 6 to 1, 5 to 1 in favor of Instagram. So I will get 5 times the engagement on Instagram. But I don't have that many followers on Instagram. So, I don't know if there are any Musk fanboys in chat. If there are, I don't know why you are, but I mean, you were entitled to an opinion. But I am also entitled to mock you mercilessly for having a dogshit opinion. The guy's a fucking idiot. I don't know if this is news to some of you guys, but holy shit. Like, I know I'm not good at posting. But he is fucking horrific at it. But so I think he's like a lot of, if you think about Elon Musk's businesses, it's weird to me because this is what I don't understand about these tech companies, and I never will. is they don't make money. None of them, I think, apart from Facebook. Facebook makes money by selling your data. Like, their product is your data. And they sell that. And when you sign up with Facebook, you're basically saying, yeah, take it. Whatever, just delete Facebook. I mean, they've got WhatsApp as well. They bought whatever app is popular, they buy so they can get you data. Like, it is what it is. I still use WhatsApp every day. But what was Twitter's way of making money? Some ads? And then you have this issue where these companies have to be like, we will never sell your data. Alright, then you're going to go broke. Like, I really think it's only this era where people expect something for free. Twitter is free. And people complain about ads. It's free. This has never happened before. Businesses are not set up for this. People don't know what the fuck they're doing. Companies don't know what to do. Consumers don't know what to do. It's like, it's free? Yeah, it's completely free. How does that make sense? How do you make money? How do you employ all these people? What's the plan here? I mean, I know that from a business perspective, their plan, as in not from a sane business perspective, but from the perspective of these companies, the plan is as follows. Have a huge user base, backed by, we've got a good idea for an app, it's had good uptake, in come the venture capitalists, they give you billions of dollars, you grow the company massively, and then you sell it to presumably people who have no idea what they're doing? And they're like, oh, Twitter's huge, look at their growth, look at the user growth. But if I told you that I was selling a product that costs money to make and Twitter costs money to run, I'm going to sell a product. Okay, what does it do? It's fantastic. First of all, it's completely free. Second of all, it allows you to talk to people all over the world, and the only upkeep we have is all the many staff and servers and innovation that we have to pay for. Okay, how much does it cost? Oh, it's free. The user doesn't have to pay for it. Huh, okay. How do you make money? I think it's a fair question. How the fuck do you make money? What's the fucking plan here? Guys, what was the plan? I mean, they didn't have one. The whole plan was, we'll grow to a certain point, then we'll do an IPO, we'll make a fortune, all these people will come and invest, we'll get money from venture capitalists and investors, we'll blow through that, we'll pay ourselves a fucking fortune, and then when people actually try to make money from the company, they'll realize it's impossible. So apparently, Twitter had so much money in reserve from all these VCs and investment that they were good for years. And Elon Musk came in and said, it cost me $40 billion to buy this. I wanted to start making money. Because obviously he's had to pay $40 billion for something he didn't want. He clearly didn't want. I mean, there's no way he wanted it. He just was, because he's such a fucking idiot, just joked, might buy Twitter, Lamau. And they're like, you have to buy it. You're a public figure who would reasonably do something like that. You now need to buy Twitter. Something like PayPal or whatever, where they take a percentage, you see how they make money. I assume PayPal is profitable. If they're not, what the fuck are all these companies doing? How are you not making money? It's because, first of all, people want everything for free, and they've become used to that idea. I think that if it's on the internet, it's free. Or I should be able to get a ridiculous amount of content for a very low price. Netflix is a good example of that. You pay $10 a month You can watch as much telly as you want, and you expect them to also produce new shows. And then when they brought in that thing that was like, could you guys not watch the shows all at once? People were like, ah. But what they were doing was making a TV show, releasing it. People were caning through it and going, there's no content. So I understand why they did it. And now Netflix are fucked. They're not making money. They're losing money. All of these streaming services are losing money. It's crazy. It's crazy. This idea that you have to be rushing to get online because that's the future. But the problem is none of these companies have figured out how to make money from it yet. They just haven't figured it out. Because if you offer me Twitter, but I have to pay a tenner a month, now another platform comes along that's free and people will use that one. And all you need is growth. All you need to show is growth and you will get the investors. But the investors surely have to be waking up at some point and going, hang on a sec, we're investing in these companies and none of them is making any fucking money. I thought that all of the streaming platforms were losing money. That was an article I read about the problems that they're all having. They're all running at a loss because the idea is we will run you out of business because Amazon, Disney, Apple have infinite fucking money and they will just say, we're just going to keep going until the rest of you give up. Very hard for Netflix. Like, I believe Netflix is in trouble. Netflix profits. So their stock is down 2% today. Netflix revenue and usage, gross profit. Let's have a look. Netflix quarterly revenue 2013 to 2023. So it's gone up. It dipped last year, but it's up again this year. I mean, it's just sort of stagnated, I guess. And for these companies, that's not good enough. Is Netflix profitable? Yes, Netflix is profitable. Cool. First became profitable in 2003, has grown steadily since then, reaching a profit of $4.49 billion in 2022, a 12.2% decline from its record profit of $5.1 billion during COVID. Interesting. So they are making money. But I believe that all the other ones are fucking losing money. Investors must get something from it. I mean, here's the thing. It's all very stupid, isn't it? Like, if you're investing in a tech startup, you're thinking, we'll get to a certain point, we'll do a big IPO, shares will come out, we'll keep growing, and then we'll say, look at the growth. And people will be like, this website's going places. The share price goes up. Venture capitalists have some of those shares. They sell those shares. They make some money. That seems to be the plan. I guess. I don't know. Like, Netflix is making money, but that's great. Netflix is a huge brand. I know that they've done some things that have pissed people off. But things like, for example, not being able to share your fucking password with all and sundry. Are people really surprised by that? Really? Like, this is the thing. The attitude of all your customers is, I want it for free, or I want it cheaper, or I want everything. And you're like, well, you can't have everything. You can't have Netflix that one of you pays for and fucking 10 of you get to use it. That's ridiculous. It's just crazy. I just think it's crazy. I don't know how the fuck they're meant to make money long term. Anyway. Right, but times change, right? Like, times change. They change in their policy You're not paying for Netflix so that your mates can get it. You're paying for Netflix so you can watch TV shows on Netflix. That's why I watch it. I mean, they may have encouraged it, but now they're like, actually, we're losing money if we do this. Like, why does this surprise people? I'm paying a tenner a month. Let me break things down for you guys, all right? And I realize you guys are young, so you're going to have a very different take on this. When I was younger, if I wanted to watch a movie every single fucking night, and a full series every single fucking night, I would have to pay a fucking fortune. A fucking fortune. Because I would have had to rent that movie or buy it every single time I wanted to watch a movie. Unless I pay 20 quid to own it, I would have to go down to the fucking video store and rent it, have it for a couple of days, watch it, and then return it, get another one. So, I mean, you would go down to the fucking store and rent like 4 movies at a time. And then you go back and watch them. It's crazy. And that's per fucking movie. And you guys can sit there going, seen it, yeah, no, I'll watch that, let's watch that, yeah, no, let's watch that. Oh, they've put this on, yeah, I'll watch that. For fuck all a month. Like, it's nuts. Right, but that's my point, Drago, is that now everybody expects it free. And the idea is, I'm not willing to pay more than a very small amount for a much better service, which you think is going to be a good thing. But none of these companies are making money. If Twitter had come out in the 90s, you would have to pay to be on it. Now it's free. Right? YouTube is free because of adverts. Google is free because of adverts. Facebook is free because of adverts. And more specifically, targeted advertising. So when people complain about targeted advertising, we only have ourselves to blame. Because we literally said we are not willing to fucking pay for content. We don't want to have to pay for any of it. And they were like, well, we have to make money somehow. So they sold you data. What is the alternative? Are you going to pay for YouTube? Apparently not. Are you going to pay for Facebook? Are you going to pay for any of this shit that's free? No. You're not. So what the fuck is going on? How are these companies ever going to last? It's insane. But here's the thing, iBlaster. If they set the price of a service at what it actually, at a point where they can make money from it, people just won't use it. Netflix invests billions on their shitty productions that no one asked for. Alright, so Mets, that doesn't make sense because Netflix subscribers want content. So what do you mean? They have to put money into shows so that people keep watching Netflix and paying their subscription. And they just have to hope that they're making more from the viewers than they are from the amount they're spending on the shows. What are you talking about? What do you think? Why do you think they're spending that money on TV shows, dude? What are you even saying? All I'm saying is that long term, there is an awful lot of money tied up in these tech firms. An awful lot of fucking money tied up. Okay? Like trillions of dollars around the world invested in the stock prices of all these fucking tech companies. And we, the customers, do not want to have to fucking pay for anything. If we can get it for free or for fucking dirt cheap, that's what we demand. But we also expect the standard to be high, and they expect new stuff, and we blah, 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 blah. We expect the moon on a stick, and we don't want to have to pay for it. And it's all going to come crashing down, and it's going to be a fucking disaster. It was a disaster in the dot-com boom and bust, which some of you won't remember. This was around 2000. Everybody thought the internet was going to be the next big thing. And they all had these ideas for how they were going to make money, and it was fucking dog shit. There was a guy who wrote a book called Fucked Companies. You can look it up. It's amazing the amount of money that was pumped into Pets.com as a prime example. Pumped into these things. Let me see if Fucked Companies is still around. I have it as a book. I guess it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know where my copy is. I saw it the other day. It's quite a little book. I don't know where it is. It's a shame. There used to be a website. Can anyone find it? I worked over Y2K. I was working for an insurance company at the time who were terrified. They really thought it was gonna go to shit. I do own this book, but I can't find it. Oh, that's a shame. Damn. Yeah. I just can't find like any examples. It was things like companies where they had some stupid idea. There was one that really stuck on my mind where the idea was you turned your money into currency that you would spend on their website to buy things. And the idea was that you turned your real money into money that you could only spend on their website. So you got to remember, this is a little history lesson for you guys. When the internet first came out, when I say first came out, I mean became popularized. I was at university, so I was like 18, 19, 20, 21. And it was very exciting. And it was like, holy shit, it's going to change everything, and we're going to be able to communicate online and all this kind of stuff. There were loads and loads and loads of startup companies whose sole mission was to sell shit online. Nobody had figured out what to do with it yet. Facebook didn't exist, YouTube didn't exist, Google didn't exist. The search engines, there was like Alta Vista. In fact, Alta Vista was like the big search engine. Google came along shortly after that. And I was an Alta Vista user. I was like, Google, what do they know? I'm using Alta Vista because that's what I'd used up to that point. And Yahoo and shit like that. And all these companies, like all the websites that you use, didn't exist. Did not exist. Okay? No, Ask Jeeves was later. I think Ask Jeeves was not. I think Ask Jeeves was post. So it says founded in 1996, but I do not remember seeing Ask Jeeves as much. I don't think it had anywhere near the penetration. Alta Vista was big. One of the most used early search engines, but lost ground to Google and was purchased by Yahoo in 2003. But anyway, Alta Vista was big. Anyway, here's the point. Netscape Navigator, that was what everyone used. There was no Chrome, all this kind of shit. It was all dog shit. Anyway, none of these companies knew how to make money from the internet. They knew inherently that this was big, and everyone could tell this is going to be big. But they thought, for example, nobody thought that people were going to buy clothes online. Nobody thought people would buy food online. People were very reluctant to buy things online. Amazon worked because it sold books. Just books. And a book you can buy online. It's a book. You know what I mean? You know exactly what a book is. It's a book. You go to the Amazon website, you buy the book, it arrives in the post. It's not going to be any different from any other book, right? It's a book. That was the point. And they found something. But even then, the Amazon history is crazy. Originally, their offices had like Gurkhas as bodyguards and stuff. They burned through a lot of fucking money before they got to where they are now. But so many companies went bust. Their whole idea was, like, people were worried about putting their, because there was no PayPal and shit. So you had to put your credit card details or your debit card into a website There was no security. It was a Wild West. So people really were reluctant to do it. And then this company came with this idea of you'll buy bucks on our website and spend them. They're like, you know, Neuro bucks or whatever the website is called. So why would I turn my money into something that isn't money to spend it on your website when I could just buy things on your website? All that kind of shit. It was insane. And there were loads of dodgy websites, but there was tons and tons of companies. If you can get fucked companies, it's really, really worth reading, because it's like a lesson to me in what the early internet was and how people didn't understand it. And the problem I have is we think we understand the internet now, but a lot of these tech companies, a lot of them, very big household names like Twitter, are not profitable. And that is insane. And we can talk about, oh, they did this, they did that. The inherent business model of not owning anything other than a website is problematic. MySpace was fucking huge. And I'll always come back to MySpace. MySpace was massive. That was the only thing that people had. MySpace comes along. Everybody's got a MySpace page. Every band has a MySpace page. Everyone has this MySpace. And what's his name? Rupert Murdoch bought it for like $500 million or something stupid like that. MySpace is dead. When was the last time you ever visited MySpace? Does it even still exist? I'll be fascinated to see if it still exists. MySpace still exists. Wow. It has 150 employees? So in 2009, in July 2005, MySpace was acquired by News Corp, so Rupert Murdoch, for $580 million. In June 2006, it surpassed Yahoo and Google to become the most visited website and generated $800 million in revenue during the 2008 fiscal year. At its peak, in April 2008, not that long ago, MySpace and Facebook reached 115 million monthly users. But MySpace narrowly lost to the newly emerging Facebook in terms of global users. In May, Facebook surpassed Facebook. Since then, the number of MySpace users has declined steadily despite several redesigns. By 2019, the site's monthly visitors had dropped to 7 million. That is how quickly you can go from being number one, worth $500 million or more, to nobody fucking cares. I was not even convinced it still existed until I looked it up. MySpace was everything. If you think that these companies like YouTube and like Google and Twitter and all of these, they're here to stay. That's it. They're here forever. Facebook, here forever. All of these companies. We're not learning from lessons from the past. And none of these companies have anything inherent that they can fall back on. What assets do they have? They have a website. If people stop going to the website, they go bust. They don't have things to sell. They have to lay people off, and they owe a fucking fortune, and their share price plummets, and everybody loses money because of the fucking gambling that is the stock market. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me that these companies exist and don't make money. Anyway, we're closing in on 10 mil. We could make it 10 mil by selling some shit. Yeah, that's the real money. Anyway, just think about it. That's all I'm saying. All these companies that people like, all the companies you like Netflix and shit, they're going to go bust. They'll either go bust or they'll just continually keep hoovering billions and billions of dollars out of the fucking Silicon Valley, which is also going bust. Silicon Valley is going to tank in the next couple of years. They're going to lose a fucking fortune. All of these apps and shit that people enjoy. Airbnb is on its way down in a lot of the states. Just plummeting. It's all gonna fall over. I don't know what's gonna replace it. The internet was not meant to be like this. It was meant to be different. Hopefully it'll be better. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.